Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode here on Eat Sleep Brief. And this week we're going to be giving you guys a little bit of an update of what's going on, how everything is kind of unfolding, and what you can really expect here in the near future. So as a lot of you may know, I am going to be doing a newer build. It's going to be a bigger build. I haven't announced exactly what it is, how big, but we're going to be doing that in the near future. Now with doing a new build comes patience. I think this is where your patience is really tested, not just in corals and maintaining fish in corals, but it's also tested out on the waiting period. As a lot of you may know, we are dealing with a worldwide pandemic. So shipping companies, a lot of stuff has been delayed through shipping, through manufacturing. So with that being said, my tank is said to be shipped out about the first week, actually the first few days of August. If you really think about it, it's actually not that long away. It's about 2 weeks away. It's coming up very quickly, but as you can imagine, when it comes to waiting for anything, whether fish, coral, equipment, even tank, you want it now. I've been kind of happy that it is taking a little bit, only because it's been giving me time to do what needs to get done before the tank arrives. Last thing I'd want is to have the tank here, me not have the utility sink set up, me not have the mixing station, none of that set up, because it just leaves more stuff to do when the tank arrives. You guys know when the tank arrives, you got to build the cabinet, you got to set the tank, put the sump, get the equipment in there, get the sand in there, get the rock in there, get the water in there, mix the water, and finally start the cycle. So it's I wouldn't say it's a hard process, actually a very enjoyable process for me, but there is a lot of stuff that does need to get done. If you guys did watch last week's video, I already did install the utility sink. I've actually been using it quite a bit, and believe it or not, it's come to be very handy, not just for fish, pretty much for anything around the house. So very happy with that, got that installed. Also got my bulk resupply 4-stage already set up. Now I am going to be making this a 6-stage. Pretty much what that means is I'm going to be adding 2 more DI resins, either here or on the bottom. I'm also going to add a secondary membrane to increase the water production and bring down the water that's wasted in the setup. When I actually did talk about this on Instagram, a lot of people were actually mentioning to me to get the booster pump. The booster pump helps you, in a lot of cases you need it when you add the secondary membrane to really get the pressure up, get the filters to optimal operating pressure, and thus you're able to produce more water more efficiently, waste also less water at the same time. So I'd love to hear how many of you out there actually have a 6-stage with the pump that they offer for it. I'd love to hear your feedback, see how that's been going for you. But like I said, the good thing is I have this already set up. The salt is already covered. We have actually 2 full buckets here of tropic marin salt. If you guys saw my last tank towards the middle/end, I had tried some tropic marin. I wanted to see what it was all about, see how, a lot of people were saying it was really good. I mean, I know they've been around for a very long time. Especially old-time reefers, they tend to swear by this salt, saying it's really good, it mixes really clean. So I said, you know what, let me give it a try. Luckily, I was able to get 2 full buckets here for the new build, so we're gonna have plenty of salt. We got that already taken care of, and I really just can't wait to get the bins in here and start mixing salt. While on that topic on the bins, you can see here we still don't have the bins. Now the main reason I don't have the bins, I already found a place in San Diego, which is about an hour away from where I currently live, that can get me the tanks I've been looking for. Tractor Supply did have some. I personally just didn't like the ones at Tractor Supply. They were outside, they were really dirty, really banged up. You guys are saying, so why does that even matter? Well, to me it does matter, because this is going to be kind of a mixing station, but also a display and something you're able to see. So my whole goal is, when you come in my garage, you don't have 2 nasty tanks you're looking at. They're actually really nice tanks. And to me, that really means a lot. But Tractor Supply does have like 65-gallon ones around. The one thing I did notice, they're a little bit more pricey. They're $199, and I didn't like how they were all dinged up and they only had 2 of them there. So it's not like I can, get some from the back inventory or whatever. This other company in San Diego, they have exactly what I'm looking for cheaper. I think they're $130. It's local pickup, so it's not like I have to pay for shipping. Again, I just need to be ready to drive an hour to go pick them up. That's going to be a few more things that do need to be complete before the tank is set up. It's going to be the whole mixing station. I want that fully set up. I don't want to be doing that once the tank's here, because again, the tank is already enough to be dealing with. So I really, really want to have that set up so I don't have to worry about that. I also figured out I'm probably going to be having to change the sink. Not the sink, but the, shoot, I don't even remember the name right now. But this thing right here, okay? The thing that dispenses water. I don't even know how I forgot what the heck it's called right now. But anyways, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The reason why I may have to change, even though this one's really nice and all, it's retractable and stuff, is I'm sure you guys have seen, BRS talks about it a lot. It's the snake siphon, something along those lines. But you can see it here in this picture. Now the main thing for this siphon to function is it has to be able to connect, at least from my understanding, to the bottom end of your faucet or your sink here. So on these here, as I'm sure a lot of you guys have these, I don't see any threads on the bottom of this thing. It's just a little filter. I don't know if when I remove that, there may be threads, but you start to see where that becomes an issue because you can't install it on the sink for it to start the siphon. The way that siphon works is what you would do to prime it or start a siphon. You start your water, it pushes water through it, which thus creates a suction to start pulling water, in essence, from the tank down the drain. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research. Honestly, I could just order it, and if I see I need, a different sink, I just go to Lowe's and get a new one on there. But I'd love to hear what you guys think as far as that's concerned, especially you guys that actually have tried that siphon there, because again, I feel it makes it really easy to do a water change. You need no buckets. Your sink creates your siphon, and you're good to go. As soon as we get those things addressed, I think we're gonna be ready. And honestly, it should take me about another 2 weeks to get all that taken care of. Again, I really want to make my drive down to San Diego. I may actually make a day out of that. I know there's tons of LFSs down there, at least really nice ones. So I guess when I go down there, I'd love to just plan it out, pick up the bins, and be able to visit some LFSs so we can show you guys some eye candy. While we're on the topic of LFSs, I recently, being new to this neighborhood, I went on Yelp, went on Google, went on the forums to see what local LFSs were local to me. So I made my way down, actually found a really nice one called Fish Frenzy. You guys are gonna be seeing here for yourself. Pretty much, let's head on over so you guys can check it out. I'm really excited for you guys to check this shop out. Again, this is my local LFS. You'll probably see me here, pretty often, probably buying fish here, getting some corals. So really great people. Let's just go check it out. So we stopped by here at Fish Frenzy. It's actually one of the new LFSs that I recently stopped at. I don't know if you guys are like me, but every time you move into a new neighborhood, I think the first thing you look for is what local LFSs are, at least if you're like me. So I happened to stop by here in Temecula, California, a really nice shop, Fish Frenzy. We're gonna be taking you guys around so you can check it out. Good selection of fish, great selection of corals as well, and their dry goods selection, pretty much everything we would ever need. One thing that really caught my attention here is the clown trigger. I've kind of heard mixed reviews. I heard, you can keep them while they're small, then once they get big, you kind of have to get rid of them. I'm not gonna lie, I'd really like to get one on my next build, a little small one, just because the patterns they have, I really like the character, they're really active. But again, I'm just kind of afraid once they start growing. Look at that wrasse right there, beautiful wrasse. Looks to be a Selfin fairy wrasse. Really nice clowns. I'm not a big fan of white clowns. Those are what, snowstorm clowns, I believe is what they're calling them. I'm actually really happy, guys, on the new build. I'm gonna be able to have a fox face. I've always kind of liked the way they look. They're very interesting fish, and I'm actually very happy that finally I can say I'm able to have one. Another one I'm really excited to have is the Tamini. You can see there, Selfin tang as well. What else do we have? Another Selfin. We got Dory swimming around. Look at these Ocellaris. A really cool thing I actually found, they breed their clownfish here. So the clownfish are bred here in-house. A lot of them are. It's just really cool to see a shop that's actually, propagating their own clownfish. So another fish I really like a lot, if you guys remember from the JPJ, is the diamond goby, and I really like the yellow chorus.
Yellow chorus is a really good fish to have, especially to keep, you know, pests at bay. I think they do a really good job. Same with well, not same, but the diamond goby is really good at just mixing up the sand bed. Look at these mocha storms. I'm not a big fan of the mochas, I'll be honest. I really like the bright oranges. I'm not a fan of the darker colors. Check out the cardinals. That angel's beautiful right there. Yeah, one thing I really like anytime I head to it. Oh, these are really cool. Whatever those are. But I was saying, anytime I go into a new shop, I love to see variety. I'm actually very happy to see the variety they have here. Look at that. Beautiful. Urchins. I think those are zebra urchins, if I'm correct. Love the black and white cardinals. I really like these guys. They don't move a lot, kind of mid-water swimmers. And the bigger fish are over here. One thing that always catches my attention on a shop is really just how clean they keep the tanks, you know, how healthy the fish look, how clean they keep them, because it says a lot about them, you know. Another tank they have here, this is a built-in wall tank. I really like these because they're really flush to the wall. You know, kind of looks like you're looking at a small window in, you know, into the ocean. It's the gem tang. A few, you know, nice coral in here, some shrooms, utter chaoses, and then here's where they have a surprisingly very good selection of nice pieces of coral. I was very pleased to see the selection they have. Look at this right here. Beautiful selection. Very nice, very healthy corals, and then for the nems, you can see the nems right over here. And obviously, if you guys are into the freshwater side, I personally am not, but you know, they got another good selection of the freshwater on the other side. Dry goods, pretty much everything us reefers look for, they got tons of, whether it's medication, additives, supplements, just wide variety again of really what I believe reefers or brands reefers really care about. They got Dr. Tim's, Chemi-Pure, of course you can't forget Carob Seed, actually my favorite, Life Sand, but just a great selection. Coopermine, you can never forget the feel. I actually really like this product a lot. Reefroids, must have. What else do they got? API test kits if you guys are looking for that. Heaters, mag floats. I did see flippers as well. So you got the deep sea viewer, and then you got the medium and the small flipper here. So that's going to be the quick tour here on the local LFS. If you guys are ever in the area, Temecula, California, check out Fish Frenzy. I think you guys will be very pleased on the fish selection, dry goods selection, and a great selection of corals. So that's going to be it. Thank you guys very much for tuning in on this week's episode. Until next time.